Yeah, yeah, just congratulations to Coach Grass and his coaching staff and his team. Really good football team. They played a great game, air free, game, and ran the ball really well. We had trouble stopping the run, but uh, they played a really good game and championship game, and give a lot of credit to them. I thought our kids fought hard, and when it was 21-point game, I didn't feel any panic in our guys, and felt like they were playing as hard as they were on the first possession of the game. So really proud of them too with how they battled. And it's a 14-point loss, but I really felt like there were so many times out there, one play, one call, one batted ball, one something to get us going and make it a one possession game down the stretch was really within reach.
Coach, just from this game's standpoint, what is it that made Jacksonville State's rushing attack so difficult? Was it the point of attack at the line of scrimmage? Was it the fact that they could run three or four different guys? Was it Webb, or was it just kind of a little bit of all of it?
Well, I think it was, first of all, they got two really big backs, and that's not something that we've seen. We've played some kids that were a lot faster, had some breakaway speed, and some of that type stuff, slashers. These kids were true, downhill, bangers, 2 1/4. So they made it tough for the inside game. And then Webb is so athletic, to do what you got to do to stop that downhill with those big backs, and then you have to be good on the perimeter then as well with Webb. Made it really difficult, and they did it out of a lot of different sets. Their coaches did a nice job of running the same plays, but doing it out of an empty backfield, three backs in the backfield, two backs and a tight end that was offset. I mean, they just did their same things out of a lot of different sets, which caused us to have different adjustments to stop the same play.
They limited your running game significantly more than you've seen this year. So you had to rely a little bit more on the passing game. How do you think Preston and your receivers were able to kind of step up to the challenge at times when more pressure is put on them than they're used to?
Oh, they did a great job, and really maybe more credit, and not taking anything away from Preston or our wide receivers, is our offensive line. I mean, that was a really, really good defensive front. That's the best defensive front we've played against all year, and to do that good of a job to give Preston time. So a lot of credit goes to the O-line for a lot of that passing yards. I thought Preston did what he's done all year though as well, with finding open receivers, buying extra time, knowing when to pull it down and go run it for a first down. It makes it really difficult for a defense. And then our receivers made some incredible catches. I mean, they made some big time contested catches. I thought Tez Brooks did. I thought Jacob Bell did. I thought Daquan Dallas did. I mean, the guys made some big-time contested catches.
I know this isn't the result that you guys had hoped for, but do you feel like from what you guys have been through and what you've seen from this team in 7 games this spring, that the blueprint that you've kind of laid down is set for this team to continue that success here in 4 months when you guys have to, tee it up again?
Oh yeah, I think no question. I mean, it's we were in and may still be there a little bit, but first 3-4 weeks for sure, maybe a little bit week 5, 6, 7, but weeks 1 through 4. I mean, we were still trying to figure out what we had. I mean, we were still trying to figure out which guy's best in this position, or which guy can do these things and can't do the other things, and who's our good guys that can catch the screen, and who's our best fly sweep guys, and who can you throw the ball deep to, and who's better at looking like you're going deep and throwing it short and catching the intermediate pass. I mean, there's so many things, weeks 1 through 4, we were still trying to figure out about our own football team. So absolutely, these 7 games has helped us realize, who needs to get on the bus and what seats they need to be in on the bus, and then where do we need to go as far as from a developing our guys standpoint, and or recruiting to patch holes here or there where we're deficient.
Coach, we've talked a lot about the possibility of the season being over, but do you and your staff and this athletic department investigate or explore the possibility of next Sunday being a big day for Racer football with a 3-point loss to Austin Peay and a 2-possession loss to JSU? Are the playoffs possible for Murray State football next Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the team, there's not a whole lot of teams out there with 5 wins. So, I mean, you can say, hey, you lost your last 2, but, you know, whether you lose your last 2 or your first 2, we still got 5 wins. And we lost to 2 ranked teams. I think Austin Peay's ranked now. They beat Jacksonville State. You know, really would have helped if we'd have scored there and had a chance to go onside kick and had a chance to win the game. You know, then you could say you lost to, 2 teams by one possession. But I think we've got a chance, and that's how we're going to approach it. You know, we're going to approach this week like we got a chance to get in the playoffs. That's the only thing you can do. You know, you can't say, hey, season's over, and then all of a sudden, hey boys, we got in. Let's go put our pads back on.
With that being said, what is the plan for this team over the next couple of days? Is it practice over the next couple of days, or is it just kind of a little bit of a wait and see?
No, we'll take tomorrow off completely, and then Tuesday will be like Monday, which is a off day for us. All they have is an athletic training, recovery or rehab run, where you can evaluate if there's anybody that's injured in an academic meeting with their coach. And then we'll start back up on Wednesday. It'll be like a normal Tuesday for us, and we'll continue the week out just like normal, but just be a day behind.
If this is the end, or if you guys do play again, do you feel like the culture around this program has already changed, where these players that have been here over the last several years and aren't necessarily used to winning now believe that when they step out in the field that, the result that you had today, where you are playing for a conference championship, that's the goal that they believe they're going to be at the end?
Yeah, I think our kids, have believed right from the beginning, every game that we've prepared to play that they're going to do what it takes to win the football game.
Coach, one more question for me about this game. In 3 of the 4 drives that JSU scored, Trey Berry played a big part, got loose on a couple long catches, and then, of course, had the touchdown down here late. Other than his size, what makes him so tough to defend in JSU's offense?
That's just it. Number one is his size. I mean, he's a big human, and just his length, his arm length is unbelievable. And then he can really, really run, and then they do a good job of moving him around. So I think it's a combination of his size and speed, for that position. And then also what they do to try to create some matchup issues for you, so he's not always in the same place, so you can have a hard time identifying him and knowing who in your coverage is, have to contend with that size and speed.